What advice would you give a new comic, and what advice would you tell them to ignore?
Um, I'd say just don't compare yourself to others. Just worry about yourself. You're the only person you're competing against is yourself. So just try to write a joke that beats your best joke every day.
Okay. And what would you tell them to ignore?
I would tell them. I would tell them like I guess the comparison would be the
Okay, the
ignore
ignore
like
part. Okay.
ignore what other people are doing and
Okay.
just worry about yourself. Um, People are getting opportunities, well, and you're like, why not me? It's not why not you. It's just like that other person was probably right place, right time, and it just lined up. It is not an affront to you. Like stop thinking everything's about you
Mm-hmm.
and just like worry about yourself and just be as funny as you can.
Okay.
I would tell. It's kind of the same answer. Don't listen to advice. Just just do it. Like just do what you think is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you. Okay, here's some good advice. You be a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Be a good person. That's like life advice. I'm saying like so. I really believe in karma and energy and vibes. So when you put out good energy, it comes back to you. So I like to tell comedians like, yo, one thing you got to do is you got to be a good person and grind. You got to work hard. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to people. Like, yes, your close people in your life, listen to them, but like, don't let too many people get in your ear about your ideas because they might spew their negativity onto you, or they might like, yo, don't do that joke because I might do that joke. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, yeah, don't take too much advice from too many people. You know what I'm saying? And just be a good person. You know?
Okay.
Oh man, I feel like I want to tell a lot of people to quit, but don't. But if you really like it, I mean, my advice is like write a lot and perform a lot and listen to the audience.
Okay.
Because today I saw someone who was being performing for like 4 years, awkwardly reading from their notebook, ignoring the fact that they said 12 potential jokes, but no one laughed at them and they were just trying to be funny. So, I mean, if you derive no joy from this,
Yeah.
then don't do it.
Okay.
And but then I'm gonna contradict myself and be like, if you're not if somebody tells you how to do things, tell them to go fuck themselves. Because I have when I was more insecure and I was new and I didn't understand why there were friends of mine who were getting ahead faster than me. I judged them and I was like, they're not great, but they're not blah blah blah. But they're only talking about sex, and it's like the fact that they're doing in a certain way is nothing to be. It doesn't reflect who I am or who I'm capable of being. So don't let anybody that's bitter come and share in your dreams. And
Okay.
just do it.
That's great advice.
I would say to a new comic not to write or be or do anything to get work, but just do what you think is funny, like what makes you laugh, and then whatever that is, just paddle to the metal. And then what was the other one? Don't do or
Yeah.
not
What
to
advice?
think?
What advice would you tell them to ignore?
I'd say unsolicited. Like just ignore it. People that are people that have their thoughts on what you should be doing, there's usually a motive involved, and I would say ignore. Yeah.
Okay.
Unsolicited.
Totally okay.
Quit. No. I always, well, I'm not just going to tell it to anybody. I have to see your shit first. See, like, listen to the audience, because, like, what was the thing I was complaining about earlier? Those comics that are just so not self-aware that just could perform to complete silence and then walk off going like, I killed.
Yeah.
So listen, listen for the laughter. Actually hear how your jokes do.
Okay.
And
Good
what
advice.
comment? What advice would I tell them to ignore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like common advice that gets out there, you're like, that's just, no one should be doing that.
I feel like I've actually had this conversation with someone recently. I don't know, like just like that. Like because they hear like they don't want to repeat. Like for like a lot of them, like new people are under the impression that they shouldn't be repeating stuff when that's exactly what they should be doing.
Okay.
Because like, yeah, like get that shit tattooed to your brain. Like I have some jokes I've done. Like I could be branded upside the head, and I feel like I could still tell those jokes the exact same way I do.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you.
I still go back, which is maybe corny and all that stuff and very too vague, but it is like a originality and funny, of course, but it is like, and truth too. Is that originality comes first. I don't know. There's too many people like, I don't think whatever the trends are, whoever the greatest comic is, that's right now that was different, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, then people seem to emulate that. And I realize we all have influences and heroes and stuff, but never to sound like anyone else or try. I mean, we all have our favorites, but just sort of find your own way to say it that doesn't go with the trends of it. And then, I feel like sometimes maybe I'm the wrong person. I'm, once again, hard-headed to a fault. That some of these things have hurt me because I haven't, like, I try not to pay too much. I don't like watching a ton of comedy now.
Okay.
And so I'm sort of oblivious about what's going on. I like seeing people do stuff at like the highest level, who's doing great work. I want to see that, like people that are amazing, but I don't want to just want to write my own stuff. I'm still a fan of it. I still want to love it.
Yeah.
When I go do it. I don't know if I have any like clear-cut advice other than, I mean, if you separate it from the creative side or the business side, the business side, I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't know what to tell you.
No, just the it's like if you had to mentor a new comic, what would you? I think we got what you would tell them. Be original, be truthful, and I forget what the third thing you just said was. Crap, I should have written it down. Originality, honest, yeah. But what would you tell that comic, like advice that comic may hear outside of your tutelage? What would you tell them? Hey, ignore that advice if someone tells you.
This might be bad advice, but the whole thing, people have like recommended you be clean. You'll hear that all day long and stuff. But I don't think, I mean, if you're naturally dirty, then do it. If you're naturally clean, then do it. Whatever you want to do, if it's funny and original, then do that. Think it. And now maybe this is me, these people who do have some sort of like strategic way of handling their act and making it look like what people are looking for right now within the industry. Maybe they get further than I do in my career. Maybe they have more money and all success and stuff, but I don't want to do it that. I don't want to do comedy that way. So it depends on what type of comedy it be. I mean, like things I don't want to do and go, well, this type of stuff works now, or this is sort of what, and clean would help me get more jobs or day. I just can't do comedy that way.
Okay.
Like, I got it, and this may screw me. So I always think it's like, you have to be sort of true to yourself in it without sounding corny or artsy fartsy about it. But you do. I think that's the way you got to do it.
Okay. All right.
And not. I didn't listen to too much. Like I ignored a lot of advice and really learned the hard way. But
no, I think that's great advice. Actually, I think that's really, it's really original. I like it.
The advice I would give a new comic is to have fun and not take it too seriously.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like, it was nothing you can really teach somebody this brand new. They gotta learn it on their own.
Okay.
What advice that I would ignore? I would be like, I don't know. It's like some people you would be like, don't listen to anybody. Do your own thing.
Mhm.
And then some people just like, you gotta listen to people, man. You fucking out here wilding. It's like different for other people. There's some people where it's like, there's new comics I look at and I'm just like, they're trying to figure it out. Just give them time to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then there's some people who are like, somebody gotta call the cops. Guys, out of control.
That's funny. Oh shit, that's funny.